Right, I'm just making a video. I'm just in a place called Brammingham Wood. It's tiny, literally tiny. According to what's told in the schools and things around the area, that this wood here is thousands of years old, but it is actually fucking tiny. It's tiny. Basically, all it does is shield Marsh Farm from Brammingham. This side of the wood is a council estate. This side of the wood is a rich area or better off area. Now, basically, both sides of this, it's literally, you walk through it in a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. It's literally, I don't even think it's fucking over 100 meters in fucking thing. They call this a wood. But yeah, according to what's in the education and what's educated to the kids and everything in the area, this is like thousands of years old. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether I'm getting the end of these or the start of the bluebells. It may be the start. Looks like it could be the start. Now, some of these woods are lovely, beautiful time to come in for the flowers. If you look over there, under the right light and stuff, you can come through here. It's not very sunny today, but when the sun comes through and there's shadows and everything on everything, it really is like majestic the way it all looks. Yeah, I think they're just starting to come out, actually, the bluebells. But what I want to talk about is the size of the flowers out in nature. Now, I filmed some a little while ago, just over the other side. Well, I took some photos that I was going to upload, but today I've just decided to make a video about them. But yeah, basically, yeah, the flowers out in nature. When you look at the flowers out in nature, they're tiny in comparison to what you get in the gardens, what people plant in their homes. Literally tiny. These white ones here are probably the biggest flowers I've seen out in nature. And if I just put my that's it, on normal thing, if I just put my hand to them, so you get a comparison to my finger, it's not very big at all, but they're sort of the biggest you see. Now, the bluebell, when you come through here in a certain light, the whole place, I've been through here before, so I'm not sure whether I'm early or late. These look like they're growing here, so I think I'm early. But yeah, I might come back when the whole, because I've been through here. I've been through this area where the whole place is just blue, covered with bluebells and stuff. It really is stunning. But yeah, this forest. So basically, I'm going to walk. I'm going to make this video and walk. But basically, if you look there, over here, this is one. I'm going to walk it. My first flat was when I moved out of my mum and dad's, or well, my mum and fucking stepdad's house. Basically, yeah, I rented a studio flat just over here. Now, when I rented that was what, £280 a month. Now, if I just show you here, this is the bed. It's not quite Marsh Farm, but it's the beginning of Marsh Farm. Basically, you got two sides. This is a little bit better. It's the side of Marsh Farm, but the actual wood. It's so if I so that's it. That's the end. Got a fence all down that side. Gates, fences, all up there. Houses built there, and then you come through here, And this is just forest and jungle. They obviously, look, everything cut down, things cut down. These are, I think they're oaks. I think I know what an oak is, but you know, according to the history, according to everything, this wood is thousands and thousands of years old, because this is your natural habitat. Now the ground here, you have, I think these, I'm not sure what they're called, but that's like jungle. You get that in jungle. You've got stinging nettles and stuff growing through, but there's so many different plants. I've got a load of these things here growing that come out like that in Camp Capytain. But as you come over, you have the bluebells and all the other flowers. So I'm just going to walk now. So I'll just show you how little of this is left. Houses one side, houses the other. It is literally tiny, yet people claim that, you know, these are new developments. Where I'm walking to now didn't exist. It was farm fields or fields when I was a kid, but they've definitely, you know, this isn't all the forest that grew. And it was destroyed. It's just been destroyed. The forest. Look at this. If you look at this, the flowers, and the flowers come and go very quickly out in nature. So these will all be gone soon. But they appear and then go very quickly. So yeah, basically that's it. There's the gate. Tiny, 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 tiny. Look at the size of this tree. This is a massive oak. This one, giant oak. Yeah, loads of oak. It's like an oak forest. This is. You can see where things have been cut down. Obviously, trees come down, but that's another thing I want to state. There's another tree come down at the end, a big one. Now, trees do come down. Trees do come down. It's part of the natural process of how it all works. But when you have such limited forests like this, where everything has been fucking destroyed, this is what you have. Look, the pylons, electric pylons. I lived out the back of here. I'm trying to find where my flat was. My flat used to buzz. I can't remember if I can't think if I fucking walked too far now. It doesn't really matter, but oh, here it is. This was my first flat here. Just here. A mate of mine had it before I had it, and I went round to visit him. So that window there, that was my first flat. Pretty much the same as what my son rents now, more or less. A single room. Obviously my son's a little bit more modern now, but a single room, a bathroom and a kitchen. Celandine Drive, that's called. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Now when I started to rent that, when I rented that place, I was earning fuck me, £100 a day, I think. 90 or £100 a day. And that was what, fuck me, I was 19 when I moved in there, I think. I'd had a row, I'd moved out and gone and lived with a couple of girls for a little while, but I was only just staying at their house. Then I went back, but when I went back, that was it. I think I'd only just turned 19. I was more or less 18, literally just turned 19. Yeah, and basically I'd gone back to work with my stepdad, yeah, so I was earning, and that was 6 days a week. You got 5.5 days. None of this bullshit. You was just job and knock. So you know you'd be home quite early and I'd work a Saturday. I worked Saturday every single week. Literally every single week I'd work Saturdays, even if I went on a mad session, because that extra 90, or I think it might have been 90 quid actually. But yeah, so that's 90 quid a day. So that's £540, obviously then minus your tax, you know, but 280 quid was still expensive then. You know, I had a car to run at the time, obviously to get myself to get to work and things like that. So, you know, even back then that was a struggle. Now kids today, the youngsters today, you know, have the wages gone up, because it's the actual rent price has doubled. The price of the rent has doubled. Yet I'm pretty certain that most 19-year-olds, yeah, aren't earning, and everything else has doubled as well. So it's not only the rent, the price of every other aspect in your life has also doubled. Now I'm pretty certain that most 19-year-olds won't be earning £180 a day. Yeah, every day. And like I said, I was working 6 days. I did 6 days. Years ago, a lot of the companies would do 5.5 days and you got 6 days money. So that's why, you know what I mean, there's no way I weren't losing out. I'd go in hanging if I needed to go in hanging. Yeah, now that was my first flat. After there, that was when I basically met my son's mum. I was his age. I was my son's age when I made that mistake in my life. Now, my son isn't a mistake. Now, well, he was a mistake really, because I weren't planning on having a kid. I didn't want children. And his mum told me that she couldn't have kids and was on contraception. Now, I knew at the time that she's a fucking bullshitting lying cunt. But actually I'm going to go into the why, how and all that happened another day, because it's I'm going off subject. But yeah, that mistake, what is it, 20 years later, that cunt still was causing me problems nearly. Not now, but a little while ago, not that long ago. I'm 19 years of age, I'm still a kid. And that is you have to pay for that your whole life, or a large part of it. And like I've stated, a lot of people have very bad experiences with all that. Very, very bad experiences with a lot of things in life like that, regarding their children, regarding trying to see people, and yeah, it's not great. Now, yeah, basically, yeah, 19 years of age, and you can, it costs you your life in this world. It costs you your life. You have to sacrifice then everything to bring up a child. You know, it costs lots of money. It's very stressful, and the time and effort, and I was lucky that he came to live with me. A lot of males, that don't happen. That don't happen at all, and they lose out. All it does is cost them money, and they barely get to see their kids. Or you have to sacrifice every single little bit of your free time, which is what I had to do for a few years. Literally sacrifice every bit of your free time when you're not at work, and I always work 6 days. Well, apart from, I had a couple of spells where I was earning enough money not to work 6 days, but not very often, because I always had things to do. So even when I was earning good money, I was saving up to buy a house. When before my boy was born, as soon as I found out she was pregnant, I went to work. I went into overdrive. I was working my day job in the evenings. The bloke I worked with, Marcus, he was doing his house up. So he wanted loads of money because he was converting the top two floors of his house into a flat, so his house would pay for itself. But obviously, to get that done, you've got to work very hard to get that money to come in to be able to do anything. So you basically sacrifice everything to obtain that currency. Yeah, so basically I work very hard. Now, I'm not singling it, but this world works where that's what happens a lot, where the males end up going to work. They have to sacrifice, they're working to get a house, because you've got with a woman who's lied, got herself pregnant, you sacrifice everything. They then steal everything, because the laws then, because the courts then start nicking all your stuff and giving it to the women. A lot of weird blokes earned loads of money, worked very hard to obtain homes, then ended up with a room and no free time, while the woman is living in a fucking house. Prostitutes, because they're scum. A lot of them were scum and thieves, and that's what society created, was that laws in place where now, because a woman has opened her legs and got pregnant, you now have to fucking pay that cunt for the rest of your fucking days, or at least till those kids are grown up. So what happened, it just causes nothing but hate and spite. Causes some males to kill people, kill themselves, and the children get nothing but hurt in the meantime. And the laws even state that if a woman then gets with another man, so she's got money coming in from elsewhere as well, and they might even have other kids together, the man still has to give her everything, and she still gets everything, because that's how the law was worked. And that's why they created this woman that thinks that by having children, one, they're her children, two, that everything that the man earned before and did to try to support that child then becomes theirs. Now, everywhere I've walked up here, so all of this is all housing. I'll show you how far well, basically you can see still through here. If you see, look there, that's the forest. Look at all the houses from here to there, yeah, that was all forest and farm fields and stuff. This here, where I am now, this here, all this land here, all of this land here was like fields. This was just fields. Literally like with long grass, like it weren't farmland. It was fields, long grass. These fucking dogs barking at you, you know what I mean? This is the shit of mental patients walking around with fucking dogs. That's the shit you gotta listen to everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, it's just fucking people with dogs. But yeah, anyway, up here, we, as a kid, more or less, if I show you this, I might be able to get it from here. I want to show you how much this has all been in my lifetime. Literally in my lifetime. So as a kid, none of that was there. Over here, none of these houses were there, because this is just like a little gap in the middle. I'm not sure I'll get the scope of it from here. To Warden Hills, but basically, bar the roads, the main road, which was the A6 going from Bedford to Luton. Oh, it's hard for me to get the scope, you won't pick it up, but basically the whole landscape from here all the way over to Warden Hills was destroyed with housing. Now, they have, like I've pointed out before, they built hundreds and hundreds of thousands of new homes all round Luton since I've been alive. In the last 40 years I've been alive, and the majority of that is to house immigrants. Now, not all the immigrants take up the homes, and unnatural birthing. The unnatural birthing, getting all women to want children. Now, I'm not 100% sure about certain things, but women aren't meant to have children like they have. Some women, not all women are meant to have kids either, I don't think it's a problem. I just think it's that not all women were designed to have children. Now, I want to get back to what's written in the Bible and the curses of God and things like that, and how it fits into everyone's life, and what I said the other day about I'm not 100% certain that it's the creator of all life that's created this world. I said a long time ago about many layers of creation. I also stated that this world is a training ground. This is nice. If I give you again, I'm going to be walking over here in a minute. But I'll show you all the houses. This is all the swelling of this town. Now, as a kid on my estate, when I was a kid, none of this was here. Not a single bit of these houses. There's the wood still, you can see in the distance. It doesn't do the justice to how far away that is now. But as a kid, my estate where I grew up, Links Way, was full of, well, there was Italians, loads of Irish, loads of black people. There weren't many Pakistanis, because Pakistanis were all housed in one area, and Indians. Well, Indians were rich. A lot of the Indians didn't come over like that. A lot of Indians were round in this new bit round here. A lot of Indian Sikhs, people, very wealthy people. Now this house, this here was an old farmhouse or something. This here, I think this is the footings for it. As kids, we walked all the way from Links Way, which is, this is probably about a mile away from Links Way up to this point here. This was an old, someone, I worked at a house just on this estate the other week, putting in the artificial turf and stuff. But I think this is the old foundations and stuff. They've knocked the building down, but this was an old building that we all called a haunted house. And as kids, I was only a baby. Literally, we walked miles and miles and miles up to here to come and. Now, yeah. So the landscape, the whole landscape, has literally been changed, and that was from fields. I don't think they were farmers' fields. It's a long time ago, you know. I'm talking. I think we walked up. I just remember long grass. So I can remember walking like it was like Warden Hills, like the bottom of Warden Hills as you were walking up. But that is what takes place after you've burnt a forest. After you've burnt forest, that's what takes place. You know, and all over the world in South America, along the Amazon basin, in Brazil, all along there, where they're destroying that rainforest now and turning it into farmland. That's what they do: cut and burn, cut and burn. So I think it takes a few burns to get the ground to then go, you know, to destroy everything properly. But yeah, this whole area was forest, and basically I'm just going to walk over here because the other side of here follows. All of this is exactly the same. So this is what's been left. You've got a couple of little bits here and there, but if you look at the plant life, no different from any rainforest or forest that you find in the. Are these fern plants or something like that? I'm not 100% sure. I also went to similar plants that in loads of forest. But yeah, this looks like it was part of it. So if you look at this looks very similar, or this is a newer version where this bit has just been left and it's not as old as the last lot. So this is like new, where it's been left and grown back to this. You know, I'm not an expert on how old trees are. Some trees don't grow big, they only grow to a certain height and thickness, but just stay like that for, well, thousands of years, according to what I can, the education, according to the according to what you're educated, what you're told in the TV programs and stuff. And then you come here, this is all again, this is an extra road over now, so this is all new. None of this was here. None of these houses were here. If I walk up here, all the way up to the water tower. So if you look, there's the water tower. All of this weren't here. That's the forest over there, that's the Birmingham Wood over there. The other side of Birmingham Wood, what you have is Lee Manor High School. So there's a high school, playing fields, then Marsh Farm. Total destruction. You've literally got a tiny little, and that wood is only, it's quite long, one way, but not very long at all really, in comparison to what there should be. Again, when it's left, this is all new. You can tell this is young forest starting to grow. So this is all young forest here, starting to grow, because, and the ground, if you come to the plants, same plants, same, follows the patterns. Now the other day I was walking over the other side of this, and basically yeah, exactly the same forest over here, forest there. You can see one from the other, and it has all the bluebells, flowers, more or less exactly the same. I didn't check the trees actually. I'm just sort of, I weren't sure if they were bluebells what I was looking at the other day. I said I'm not an expert. I know them when I see them, when they're out properly. But like I said, they might have just been start growing. Now this is what you have instead. I was over here the other day. This is where I was sitting the other day when I made the video about Facebook and that. But basically, if you look at that, now a lot of people think that that looks pretty. Yellow fields appearing everywhere. Ooh, look, it's so beautiful and yellow. That's rapeseed. That's what's been put in all your food. That causes cancers and all manner of other illness. All manner of other illness. Yeah. So now, instead of being the forest, what you have are poisons growing. Poisons. Now, that is all more or less stated in the curses of God. Now, the curses of God state that and I only looked this up because I haven't read that. I've read it. I knew it existed, but I didn't actually, and I knew it sort of fitted into everyday life. But I was, again, watching the videos, I learned so much, because then I put more thought into what I was saying. And while I'm reading it, I was trying to read it without going too deep into it, so you can get what was said. This here is Keach Cottage. This is what people raise money for. This is what all the wackos go walking around all the time to raise money for. And guess what we've got in the grounds? No one in the grounds, by the way. You never see anyone here. Never anyone in it. And there you have the wacko elephants. Dotted about, a couple of them dotted about. You have remnants, because this is old, this is thousands of years old. These are the same thickness, same size as what's in there. You have a couple dotted about, separating one field from another. You've got a tiny little bit there. A lot of farmers, a lot of people that own the land keep little bits like that where they go shooting pheasant. There's Warden Hill there. Farmland everywhere the eye can see, with a few remnants of the old forest dotted about. Like I said, it takes a while to burn things. I can only go off of what I'm told. I haven't lived long enough to study how big a tree can grow, but that there is a giant oak tree. That fits what was over in the forest over there. That is taught to children in the local area. That is thousands and thousands of years old. It did also state that it was Druid land, but I read that years ago, about 6-7 years ago, but I am struggling to find that information on the internet now. it's amazing what is on that. There you go, there's the stupid fucking elephants in here. Loads of benches here, no people. You know, it's not the end, it's not the worst day. Keach Cottage is tiny in comparison. Why do you keep having to raise money for people dying? One, I've already pointed it out, they're dying, they're dead. The living dead, walking dead that go in there. Harsh how that may sound, that's a fact. So that's your last order. Basically, very small amounts of the community get to go to Keach Cottage and die there. The building should be owned. The building should be owned. So what's all the fundraising do? Pay a few staff's wages, a bit of food. A lot of people that would go, yes, there's a children's bit, but still, how much money have people paid? How much money have people paid? Now, come over here. This is where I was walking. I just turn it round. These are the oaks. These are oaks. This is exactly the same forest as what's down there. All that's left. One side, these are like boundaries. That's all that is the forest. That looks pretty old to me. You can see an old forest, old trees. Again, look, blackberry bushes. The blackberry bushes are all there. That is an old monster of a tree. So yeah, that's the remnants of the forest. Nothing. Again, it's like a little patch, a patch that survived the burning, maybe. It's not really a proper division. It looks like a patch that survived the burning, and they left it. And I'm pretty certain that you can make fire move in certain ways, and burning, I'm not 100% sure. I've not looked into it that much, but I know that the Amazon rainforest all along the Amazon basin is following suit, where they're turning it to land for livestock and farmland. So yeah, the whole fucking area fucking destroyed, raped for farmland. For farmland. Who owns the farmland? The monarchy. Nearly all farmland, nearly every bit of land is under the control of the parish. This out here, and if you look down here, as I'm fucking talking, in the field down there, that is spraying chemicals on the land. Hang on, let me try and steady my hand a little piece. That is a sprayer spraying the land with poisonous fucking chemicals. Now the curses of God state very clearly that yeah, your basket will be cursed and your kneading trough. I had a little look this morning just before I left what a kneading trough is. A kneading trough is the dough, how you made bread. Like I said, bread, I'm nearly 100% certain that bread is part of a human being's diet. It's part of the diet, because I've tried eating being a vegan, where I didn't eat substitute meat, substitute cheese, substitute everything. What I did eat was predominantly vegetable based diet, and I was fucking starving, hungry the whole fucking time, and I didn't stop eating. I didn't stop eating all fucking day. It doesn't fill your stomach properly. You need You need bread, dairy as well. Cheese is quite filling. Again, the curses of God state that your kneading trough will be cursed and your basket will be cursed. Now, that's chemicals added. That's chemicals sprayed, and that is the land being stolen from you so that you have to pay for those things. If you get a loaf of bread now, bread goes stale, should go stale rapid. So let me just give you this. You can see it better from here, just how much of that has been up to the forest, the wood. In between you have nothing but fucking raped land, farmers' land that gets sprayed with horrible chemicals. In between this you have the old forest, and here what you have is a giant oak tree. I took some photos of this the other day. This is a giant monster one. They're thousands of years old. This is thousands of years old. And when you come here, there's your bluebells. The plants are exactly the same. So there should be no reason from this point there to this point there. Now, I'm only allowed on the path. Everything that you can see, if I give you a little look here, there's all your flowers. They're the big ones. There's as big as it gets. There's the bluebells. You know, they're only tiny, but they do come out, and it sets beautiful scenes, the ever-changing landscape. This is no different from where I was over the other side. If you look at the trees as well, the in-between trees for the big oaks. Yeah. So again, how old? Again, if you look on the tree, the flowers are tiny. All flowers, natural flowers, don't last very long. They don't last very long, and they're tiny. They're tiny, tiny heads. Tiny heads on them. Yeah. Massacre, destruction of the forest to house immigration. To house immigration and unnatural birth rates. Yeah, and the curses of God state that you will be oppressed. I'm not allowed on this land. As far as the eye can see, I'm allowed to walk over there. I can walk down a couple of little paths, and I'm allowed on that edge of a tree. That again is relatively new, like Links Way. Links Way was built all the way along the bottom of Warden Hill. Now, over in Warden Hill, I'll show you it. I will go back over there. I will go back over there and make a video, but that has signs all on it. The tiny little piece, like I've showed people before when I was over there before, you're actually only allowed to walk on a very, very tiny little piece in between golf course and farmland. And a couple of things, but the bit you're allowed to walk on apparently is of specific or special scientific what was the word? Special scientific something interest of specific or special or specific scientific interest. So the only bit you're allowed on, the only bit you're really allowed on, bar these tiny little pieces of footpath amongst housing estates, revolting farmland that's being used to grow poisons and stuff on it, is of specific scientific interest. The golf course wasn't, where that was all destroyed. The only bit you're allowed on is of specific or special scientific interest. Now that's what they do everywhere. Every tiny little piece of land that you're allowed on as a human being or as a slave, they make out our nature reserves and of scientific interest. This is so they have laws in place This is so that they have laws in place and rules in place to stop the public doing anything on there. So if you went over there with a, you know, you went and put a tent on there, they'd say you're harming the land, it is of scientific interest, blah de blah de blah, and that's how they control. And basically what they've done at Warden Hills, again, that is rented out to farmers for livestock. You have cows up there, and fences, they fenced off everything. So scientific interest is them fencing the place off, mashing all the chalk lines that I've highlighted for the sledging, and people riding bikes even. The top of Warden Hills, like I've already done as well, is farm field as well, because the land levels out. Land sort of does this. It's like a dish. You have high points, hill, then the land is quite flat and it rises up to other high points, then goes down again like it's ridged, and then it sort of does that. Along, hill again, up again. So yeah, it's just massacred. The whole place is massacred. Like, I'm allowed on this. That's all I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to walk up this. Vast amounts of the country where these farmers' fields are, you don't even get this. And this is a decent footpath. This is a decent public footway, because that area over there is rich. So they keep this for those dog walkers. Dog walkers are all that fucking matter to wacko mental patients that have better cells, and their only way of getting out is with that fucking stupid little fucking kidnapped little mutt that they claim is love, while on a leash with a chain round its neck. Now, I'll just get to this quickly. Dogs eat shit. Yeah? Dogs eat shit. Yeah? I'm telling you now, right? People don't understand this. A dog is a shit eater. Yeah? Dogs eat shit. Now what they've done is tell wacko population that dog's saliva is full of antibodies and it's really good for them and all that. So you get human beings letting the dog lick your face and kiss it and shit like that. Yeah? Dogs eat shit. I'm telling you now, if I go for a shit in certain, I've studied it, they're down in fucking round at the bottom of Camp Capytain, I don't care. If you can't handle talk, because you have to study and understand yourself and everything about you. It's your lack of understanding of how you work that is the problem in the world, because you've been dumbed down to Mongo levels. What you have are dog walkers and human beings petrified of human beings. If I walked up and stood there in front of 20 dog walkers, dropped my trousers down and done a shit in front of them, they would all go, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yet they walk round picking dog shit up. That's what they do all day, every day. Walk round watching a dog take a shit and pick it up in their hands and walk miles with bags and shit like that all day, every fucking day. Yeah? Because they're wackos. It's like, it's okay, you can look at naked animals, can't look at naked humans. Because what they did as a child, you say, no, that's private. It's private. Go on the toilet, go into the fucking thing, completely artificial. Mental patient slave training. That's what that is. That's what it is. Mental patient slave training and taking people away from being a human being. Anyway, if I do a shit up the top of the hill, they disappear. Yeah, every day. So if I take a shit up the top of the hill, I go and check them. So I do a shit somewhere and I'll come back the next day, it's gone, because a dog has eaten it. Yeah. If I do a shit down where I am, where no dogs can go, they last for months and months and months and barely degrade, because the food I'm consuming doesn't degrade properly, because they have mutated everything. Vast amounts of the food that everyone eats are mutants. The flowers in the places are mutants, and everything that grows on these fields are mutant and poisons. Rapeseed is in every fucking, nearly every, I've already highlighted the rapeseed. If you do the studies, it's cancerous. The curses of God. Your basket will be cursed. You will have tumours. You will suffer illnesses, diseases. It's the food supply that has been tainted. But again, only man-made. Not holy, not spiritual, not almighty fucking powers. Man-made. The fruit of the womb will be cursed. The fruit of the womb will be cursed. Vaccinations, birth defects, illnesses like I've already highlighted, asthmas, eczemas, a million different fucking conditions that increase every single fucking year without fail that they have no cures for. Not a single fucking cure for, yeah? Yet, again, masses of fucking, the mystical magical virus, a billion different, hundreds of different wonder vaccinations by shitloads of different companies, all at the same time, so that they can say, look, we've got enough to vaccinate everyone, that out of nowhere. Yeah, like I said, fuck the vaccinated, really, to a degree. They're not my concern. Only if it stays up at a certain level, which I am fucking planning on, which I keep telling everyone from the off. Don't have faith in mental patients. It's too ingrained. And the people that it gets out to have been targeted. And a lot of doing that, or spreading lies in people's ears, trying to get them not to listen and shit. As far as I'm aware, that would make sense, you know. Anyway, like I said, another weird thing that took place on that was that I had loads of people that were my original friends when I first come on there, not the 6,000 that appeared in a couple of days. Basically, well, what I did there, I just want to point this out, what I did there, I had something like, I'd accepted 3,000, over 3,000 friend requests. There were 600 there, and then when they stopped all the friend requests, no more friend requests came through. And basically, then I went into, like, it was the people so I just pressed, and they all accepted, literally. So it went up to 6,000, but they all accepted rapid as well. So again, I don't really know too much about what took place, because like I said, it went quiet very quick after that. Then people started disappearing. But yeah, anyway, in my original friends, a few hundred, there was vast amounts of people from Exodus who spent their whole lives walking around preaching about Babylon, preaching about Freemasons, preaching about this, while I took the piss out of all of them. Not a word. I then didn't get any friend requests from all the other people that they should know, that I knew, that went to Exodus. Nothing. Didn't get any. No friend requests, no nothing. I got one from an MC. That was it. No comments, no one saying anything. These fuckers had spent their whole life dining out on there. And I know I took the piss out of the cunts, but still, all anti-police, Babylon, all of this, nothing. That's a bit fucking weird as well, innit? Yeah. Wait and see, you fucking little cunts. Anyway, never mind them. Basically, this is it. This is what you're allowed on. This is what people call the British countryside. You're allowed on that, if you're lucky. And like I said, this is a good path. This is a good fucking path. compared to fucking a lot of public footpaths. Yeah, a lot of public footpaths, and you've got to walk fucking miles to get to where I could walk straight and get to where I am very fucking quickly. Instead, I have to do miles of detour around farmers' fields, because all they've done is put a couple of fucking footpaths here and there, if you're lucky, and they normally go to nowhere, so you end up on a road somewhere in the middle of nowhere. They don't go to anywhere, they just go through a couple of fields here and there. There's not actually like a path where you can get from one end to the other. You just end up on a fucking road, because they've, like I pointed out before, they've shut off the land, so people don't know what's on it. Destroyed everything. This is the curses of God. This is the curses of God. And nearly all of those things hold two layers. Now, what I want to get to is people with a pea brain, yeah, pea brains. So their brain is that big. That's how much of their brain they use, the size of a pea. When they read something or hear a statement, that is the amount of information that they gather from one word, from one paragraph in a book, one story, one bit of word. When you use your brain and understand that every phrase, everything, and every story has a couple of layers to it, and you question everything, you don't get that much information out of everything you read, everything you see. You get that much information because it's expanding. Your brain is expanding, and there's more information in everything that there is. A lot of stories have a mirror. I just want to get to that. There's a mirror. So you have one side, it's evil, then you can look at it again and see good. I want to get to something called necessary evil. In all the books around the earth, not only does it in nearly a lot of, again, when I was talking the other day, it went down to, I'm just going to have a little sit down actually. Because while I'm walking, sometimes I find it a bit hard to concentrate. Yeah, now basically, what was I saying? I can't fucking remember what I was fucking saying now. It will come to me in a second. What I was saying the other day, I remember that. I can remember that bit. What I was saying the other day, fuck it, I'll talk about something else and that might pop back into my fucking head in a minute. Yeah, basically what you have are yeah, you have a mirror images, you have there's many different layers to everything. Now, I don't tell people what I don't know, yeah? I don't tell people what I don't know, yeah? So I don't say I'm 100% certain on anything. I tell everyone I know nothing and everything changes. So that way I've covered a lot. Enlightenment is understanding vast amounts of information to get you to up to a certain point, and then peel the layer off and say, okay, that was to get to there. I had to know all of that to understand it to that level. It's understanding and questioning and reasoning everything. Now, the other day, and in this world, I just want to get to this. There is truth and lie in everything as well. So it's up to, there's certain things like Einstein. I just want to get to Einstein quickly. Now, gravity, stupid equation, all of that is shit. But something very important that Einstein did say, two things actually. First one, time is all but an illusion, no matter how repetitive it may seem. Genius. And the definition of insanity is somebody who repeats the same thing over and over again and expects different results. So by repeating the same thing over and over again, you're never going to get there. So by working harder, by repeating that process, by getting in a different relationship, you ain't ever going to fucking get the results that you want for happiness. Happiness is a chemical, first and foremost, but happiness also comes from accepting yourself and who you are and understanding yourself. That's another thing that wacko in the street doesn't know. And another Christian phrase is know thyself. Know thyself. Again, many layers to that one word. This is what I want to get to, is the layers. Many layers. Who are you? How do you work? Know thyself can be interpreted in many different layers. But I know that I believe in Jesus in my heart. That's who I am. That's not knowing yourself at all. And that's what a lot of the wackos interpret that to mean, because their brain capacity is pea brain. Pea brains can reel off vast amounts of information, knowledge. That David from the YMCA was extremely knowledgeable on academia and world sort of books and things like that. But pea brain, because he doesn't question anything that he's told regarding that from that. Pea brain. It's got pea brain. A lot of people have pea brains. So anyway, know thyself has many layers. There is nothing spiritual about life. There is only your reality. Yeah, the reality of your life. Yeah, like I said, I don't know 100% certain that it's the creator of all life that is created this world. I don't know that. Is there another world? I don't know that yet either, because I haven't gone there. Have I been to other worlds? Yes, only in my consciousness though. So with changing the consciousness of my brain, are they physical realms where I exist? No, not at all. So the only physical realm that I know that exists is this reality. But I do know that this reality ain't linear in time. So I'll give you that it's not linear in time. So meaning that it didn't start there and now we're at this time and then the future is just going forward, and that it's not. This is a virtual reality of something that took place somewhere else that has caused the destruction of creation. That I'm pretty certain of. Again, I worry about other worlds, worry about everything else when it's time to worry about those things. The main thing that you need to worry about is your life. Again, I wrote the other day that the angels came down and mated with humans, the sons of gods. The sons of God, which are the angels, came to earth and mated with the daughters of man. That is what it says in the Bible. Is that how he changed everything? Maybe. Now, the other day when I was talking and I reeled off a few films. I reeled off what did I say? And when I watched it back, I thought, how did them four pop in? Because again, I don't really know what I say sometimes, and it's only by watching back do I then think about it. If you watch some of my videos when I'm talking, I laugh at what I say because I don't plan or write anything. It's just me talking, and sometimes it isn't just me talking. It's the goddess, and that I'm the messenger. what you get is just what should be said sometimes, and the same way of working my brain out and thought process is what have gone into it. This has only taken place over the last 6 years, but like I said, I know that my whole life was leading up to this point, all planned out, everything down to every single thought and word that I have spoken. I will give you that as well. Yeah, this world, everything is set from start to finish. I'll give you that. Plan. It's a plan. The plan of the creator. Is the creator of all life? I don't know, because I've not met the creator. I don't think. But certainly not on a level where I would say that I know that 100% fact. Yeah. No, and I'm probably, it's not, it wasn't, it was just something else. I'll go into that at a later date as well. But yeah, basically, what can I say? Yeah, I don't know. It's about dealing with that. 4 films I said. I think James Bond, Gladiator, The Avatar, Lawnmower Man. And it was the Lawnmower Man that got me fucking... how did that pop out of my mouth? Because I've never even watched the fucking film. Didn't interest me. I thought, what a load of crap at the time. I've never even watched it. I've never even watched fucking Lawnmower Man. I just know it's about virtual reality. But they're not real life, as in real life, but there may be information in that, in all of it. British intelligence, being a spy, living with the enemy. I'm not 100% sure that I'm a human being. I could just be literally here to work out how human beings work and operate. Be as wise as serpents is the phrase. Yeah, forget Jesus, but there is thing, like I said, depending on whether you understand what is written. Necessary evil. That's what I was getting to. Necessary evil. In a lot of the stories around the world, regardless, like I said, they are the puzzles of the asylum. Yeah, I studied them as fact. Some of the stories, again, like the Bible, do hold valuable ground. Don't take it word for word, but without knowing all the stories, your consciousness, your brain capacity is P level. And what they did with the education system and with religion is that it's absolute and everything is definite. I know in my heart, I've met Jesus in my heart. My heart is a pump that goes do-do, 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 and pumps blood around my machine, the body, which feeds everything. It is a cooler. The blood carries your food, so basically the stomach will change and take out of the food what it needs, get rid of the waste, and send that information around the body to feed your organic machine with what it needs to be fed. So the blood transports that food all around your body to feed your skin, to feed your bone, to feed everything inside your body. So the heart is vital, and it's got a rhythm to it, a tick to it that should be constant, that keeps you alive. And it's not just a pump as such, but the main job of the heart is pump. Now, what people call love is not love. There is no such thing as love. What people think, it's cartoons, doo-doo, doo-doo, with the heart shape, what they call the heart shape, when your heart is fish shaped with fucking arteries coming off of it. It's got nothing to do with love. It's got nothing. That's mental illness. Oh, I met him in my heart. In my heart, I know. In my brain, I know. Not in my heart. Now, I did say a phrase sometimes in a video. I said, yeah, sometimes I talk from there and there. Because I'm giving you my emotions. It's not from my heart as such. It's just that is a phrase that has been ingrained onto the population as well. It's just a phrase. It has nothing. Oh, I know in my heart. Oh, my heart. Get out of that. Yeah, your heart knows shit. Your heart is a fucking a component in your body, a part in your body, a vital part in your body that keeps you alive. Without the heart operating, you die. It's that simple. So, and all of this and all those foods and poisons and oils and fucking shit that they give everybody affects the heart. Again, quickly, they've changing the vegan shit is massive now in the shops. You have, it's basically artificial lab shit that they are claiming is dairy free. A human being, yeah, forget whether a human being is a mutant or not, yeah, probably, yeah, probably a mutant, yeah. Am I a human being? In this world I am. In the next world, if I get there, as it is as such. But again, I'm not worried about the next world yet, so I'm going to stop talking about the next world. Am I human? I don't know. Am I being shown what as wise as serpents? Does that, again, has that got many levels to it? Do you have to understand how slimy the world is, how the serpent worked, and how human beings operate, and how you can infiltrate that like James Bond and be a spy, work out what's happening somewhere else. This world, as far as I'm aware, like I said, as far as I'm aware, is set from start to finish. It's a plan. There's a design and a story to it all. The next life won't have a plan as such. It's about dealing with situations as and when. Although you may think that that's what you're doing now, you're not. Again, what I do know, what I don't know, I don't even know if any other person exists. You might all just be in my world. I see every single other human being because I'm not with them all the time, and they could just be characters in my training process. So I'm going to give people that. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't tell. Oh, I know in my heart heaven is real, and then when you go there you're going to live forever. Living forever? I wouldn't think so. Eternity? I don't have any hopes of that, I don't think. You know, that's something that I don't really dream of or care about. I'm not really interested in it. I've got problems to deal with. I know what's happened to creation, what happened to creation. Creation, again, I'm not there. I'm not at that understanding yet. I'm here to deal with the situations at hand and what they're fucking taking place, and learn about a million different things all at the same time. I'm a multitasker of epic proportions as well. Many things have many levels. Intelligence is about understanding many different levels of your existence on many different levels. P-brains understand nothing. You can't get through to P-brains. You can't get through to mental patients. I don't know who's listening. I don't know who sings. All I know is, as it seems at the minute, that's my job. To redeem the land back, to fucking look what's happening, or deal with what's happening, learn. At the minute, I'm learning the way of the assassin, and like I pointed out the other day, that the way of the assassin is the way of life at the same time, because regardless of whether I'm a human being anywhere, or if I'm learning about being a human being, yeah, it means that I'm, that's the majority of the time is what I will be in the next life if I get there. Again, worry about shit when it happens. Look after this life before you worry about another one. And understand that, again, like I've pointed out, you can only help people if you've suffered and you've been through it yourself, and there are many levels of suffering, even though some people don't even know they've suffered. Now, I just want to point this out quickly about religious wackos. I can't help religious wackos. I only have one cure for a religious wacko, and that is see you later. Get the fuck out of my fucking way, you jibber jabbering wacko, little wacko nut job. I'm not going to discuss the book with you, because every time you discuss it with them, you get nowhere. You can't get anywhere with them. That is my experience with religious wackos. Unless there's religious wackos that have understood that, and a religious wacko can understand, because I don't understand what goes through their fucked up little cunt fucking heads. I can't help them out. Like I said, I can help people out, victims of child abuse, violence, drug addiction, a lot of things that I've experienced. If I've experienced it, I can help you out on it. I've never been sexually abused. I just want to get that out. So, but like I've pointed out, violence to the body, maybe it's a little bit, but it's ultimately an assault on the body. Whether it affects people differently, again, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I need people to be able to do certain things if that's what the job is later on. But first and foremost, you need to sort yourself out. You have to be selfish. You have to be selfish to become selfless. Yeah? That means that your aim is to work for the higher power, which is the creator of life, this life. Is that the creator of all life? I don't know. What I do know is that this world is intelligent to be able to have put every thought process, my entire existence from birth to now, every thought, every word I have ever spoken, every single thing that I have ever witnessed and seen and done was thought out, planned and written. Well, written as in whatever written is, but from birth till the day I die. That is fact. I can't argue with that. I know that. I've been shown that, and I know that 100%. So the intelligence of that itself is massive. To put the people into my life how they were through my life, getting hit, many different things. Like I've pointed out, certain things you've got to earn. You don't understand. How the fuck can you tell anyone anything unless you've lived it? You can't. Like I said, the army of the dead, if it gets off the ground, needs to be full of people that were victims of the world in whatever circumstances. They're all equally as bad. Yes, some might be physically worse, some mentally worse, but to understand and be able to help a world like this and things like that, you need to know about every walk and aspect of life. So if the creator of life has made a plan that is what takes place, then that'll be what takes place. I don't know. I can't tell people that what I don't know. Like I said, religious people and wackos tell you that they know everything about everything. I know nothing about nothing. I can tell you my existence, and I tell people what I see and what I've seen, and back everything up with as much evidence, reason and fact as I can, and try to put everything into context. Put that into context. The curses of God into context will tell you that we're run and oppressed, and all those curses are real, man-made though, given to you by the people who are in control of this land. Forget the world. This is the only world I worry about. What is around my spine? What ain't around my spine? Yes, the world can come in, and yes, I keep an eye on everything, but ultimately I can't give a fuck what happens in America, Pakistan, Palestine, all of these things. And let me just get to one quickly about Mr. fucking gay boy, little cocksucking fucking little cretin runt of a man, Mr. Glenn Jenkins. I'm a supporter of Palestine. Yeah, you need to look at Bob Marley. Fucking Marsh House, Mr. Exodus. I've painted fucking and Bob Marley everywhere over Marsh House. Bob Marley, Ziggy Marley and all his family were supporters of Israel because they're Jewish. So why are you a supporter of Bob Marley, Mr. Prophet Bob Marley, and a supporter of fucking Palestine at the same time? Because they're all connected. It's all one scam, you slimy, skinny little runt. Anyway, this is a virtual reality of what took place in creation for the destruction of creation. Yeah, that's a fact, because that is playing out, and that's what my eyes have witnessed my entire existence from birth to now. So I won't be told any different to that. That's what education is. It's lies and gunk. The media is lies and gunk, and it doesn't add. That's why you need sense, questioning and reasoning in your own fucking brain. Now let me just get to this. Let me just show people, because you know I talk a lot, you know, and it's very easy for fucking me to, you can fool anyone, you know, if I wanted to, but you, again, questioning and reasoning, I've put enough on there as it is. You can either, again, I need people readers. People reading is a fucking very fucking valuable asset in the fucking thing. So let me just show people what's in here. I've got a 4-pack of Guinness. Now I don't drink every day. I may not even have one of them today. Sometimes I buy them, don't drink. I've got a fucking bit of some cheese there from that. Now I work out every day. I was a meat eater for fucking 36 years, and I've been a vegetarian for 7 years, so I'm an expert on the differences and the health implications and all of this. So that's 8 litres of water, a 4-pack of Guinness, crackers, cheese. I've got salad cream, Coke, Makita radio, 4 Makita batteries, 5 Makita batteries, because there's one in the stereo. Or have I taken that one out? Yeah, I've taken that one out. So where the fuck's my other battery? Because I've got 5 of them. Oh yeah, there it is. 5 Makita batteries, Stanley blade, axe, pencil, grips. I'm the tradesman. That's my superhero fucking name, the tradesman. Hammer, tape measure. You know, I don't carry weapons. I've got a walking stick. I do walking. I'm a tradesman. I got a lot of tools. I'm the fucking tradesman. Who wants to fucking trade with the fucking tradesman? I might give people a demonstration on them at some stage. Like I said, I'm the counter puncher. Yeah, I'm an attacking counter puncher though. I'm not one of those little pussies that dance around and try and nick things like you do in boxing. That's what boxing is. Boxing is for wankers. Look. Yeah. 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 I'm the champion. And there's hundreds and hundreds of different fucking belts, and you only fight people exactly the fucking same size, and you can nick fights without even fucking winning. Yeah. In the real world, real fighters can't block punches with their hands, which is a padded glove. You can block like that. It don't hurt. In the real world, yeah, if you put your hand like that and someone fucking belts it, it fucking hurts. Yeah. Fucking little cunts. Fucking little cunt boxers. No one in this country, anyone on my land that uses the title, calls themselves champion, yeah, I'm gonna come your way and take that off of you. King is another one. This is my land and I'm rightful heir. Now, basically, that's what the curses of God said. It basically tells you that the kingdoms of God are foreign invaders to the land. Yeah, kings that were that you set above yourself, that were known to your ancestors. You will no longer be under the rule of those that were known to your ancestors. That is not God's rule. God was an invader. God is an invader. God is the devil in disguise. It more or less fucking tells you that. That's what wackos don't understand. If you read the fucking books for the books itself, you'd understand that and not be a fucking dickhead about it. You want to use Satan or fucking whatever, it tells you quite clearly, yeah? Anyway, that's a lot of fucking weight in there, really. It's a decent bit of weight. I do carry more than that sometimes, but like I said, this is probably about 8 miles, maybe 7 or 8 miles. Who cares? It ain't that big of a walk, and I might be going back out again later, so I'll be doing a bit more walking. I practice what I preach. Yeah, I practice what I preach. I don't just tell everyone, oh, I know in my heart. You think life is as easy as fucking begging? Oh, all I've got to do is beg and I get eternal life. It's a secret. Yeah, wackos. This is what you're up against. So you can't worry about wackos. You want to die for little fucked up little fucking wackos, die. I don't care. Because like I said, all I know is that this world isn't real. You could just be characters in my game. You're just I see everyone as a character in my game. So I'll be honest about it. You're just, every single person on earth is just another character in a game, and my game is to get to the finish. And that's the fucking end of it. Other than that, I couldn't give a fuck about no one. No one really who ain't going in my direction. You're my enemy. Ultimately, you're fodder. You are backdrop to the scenes. And that's the fucking end of it. Yeah? So that's why I operate fully fucking without fucking remorse, without anything. I've done everything. I've been through the stage from being a wacko, caring about people, to being shown what's the point in caring about a bunch of fucking little cunts, mental patients that only care about themselves, pathetic excuses of human beings. All bandy the word love about, yet, oh, I love my kids. You were too scared to look to protect your own fucking kids. What sort of love is that? Cowards. And you will all die a fucking coward's death unless you grow courage. And that's the fucking end of it. You can die a coward's death. Now, the reason why I bought crossbow and I had survival gear and things like that, because the second I found out the world was going to change on me, yeah, regardless of how small I am, regardless of how, even back then when that first took place, yeah, because of my character, because I've spent my whole life going against the odds, and I've always been fairly small. I'm not a big bloke. I'm not big. But as a kid, I was this big. My best mate, arch enemy, was this big, and I had more fights with him than anyone else. Yeah, I was attacked by. I've always had to go against the odds. So the second I found out that everyone was, the world was coming in around my ears, that the owners of the asylum ain't looking after you, they're the ones that are tucking you up, and they are coming to tuck you up. I'm not a wacko YouTuber. Oh yeah, it's just gonna all fall apart and crumble, man. Let's protest. Fuck you. My thought process is, I'll kill as fucking many as I fucking can. I will go down in a fucking blaze of glory, motherfuckers. Yeah? I don't care. I will kill at least one. I will make sure that I go down fighting like a fucking warrior. Yeah? You're not a fucking coward. A fucking little cunt coward. Yeah? I will go down, and my plan was ultimately, if I get one, I'll take one with a gun. I'll try and get a gun. You get a gun, now you're one step further to getting something else. Yeah, don't worry too much about too much shit. Yeah, that's that. But that was my thought process. That was why ultimately I did buy a crossbow, but like I said, it's a shit weapon. And by the time I left my mum's, I knew that I was already skilled in other weaponry than a fucking crossbow. Yeah, a crossbow is the crap weapon. Yeah, a crap weapon. Yeah, so that's why I left the cunt at my mum's, and I didn't even bother taking it out. I bought it, took it, I think I went fishing with fucking that slimy little bastard chain, that pathetic excuse of a fucking human being, a little fucking coward of a man. I love Mike, you are a fucking little bitch. Piss poor excuse of anything, you little runt coward of a man. Yeah, just like every other fucking person I met. I love my kid, you love fuck all. You loved yourself, and you were too pathetic and too scared to do anything about it. You pathetic excuses of you. You fucking little cowards. You can all die cowards' deaths. Yeah? Some people are capable of dealing with a couple of people, yeah? Once you've dealt with two people, you'll just be overloaded, and then what? Oh, I'll rob them. You'll do that. You'll get nowhere in the end. I would have got nowhere, ultimately. But at least I had fight about me. At least I put some thought into it and tried to make sure that me and my fucking son would have been okay. Or better off, or at least put up a fucking fight. At least put up a fucking fight and make sure that, you know what I mean. Anyway, this is what I carry around all the time. This is the sort of shit I carry all the fucking time. Everywhere I go, I carry bags like that. Obviously, I've added to that, but I put the stereo, the batteries, I've got access, you know, there's weight in it to get me to where I need to go to for me to make that part of my life. Ultimately, I can walk from here around the country with a bag like that, and that sort of weight, I can make sure that I have everything in there that I need to survive. That gives me power. If you can't do that, you are weak. Yeah. Now, ultimately, yeah, if you haven't got yourself ready and the world comes in around you, I won't be dying for you because you can't keep up, because you're a fucking piece of shit fucking blob, yeah, who couldn't be bothered to do that. And this goes out to every fucking human being alive. I won't be dying for anyone because people were too fucking lazy to do anything, to get their body and make sure they're in the best condition they are. You know what I mean? A bit of effort. Can't be bothered with all that staying alive. Die then. Because that's what's going to happen. Yeah. They ain't, you know, what's gone on with this vaccination program. I'm nearly fucking 100% certain again, until it happens, nearly 100%, not 100%. But I'm more or less certain I've been more or less shown that it's gay friendly, and that's the thing to do all of that. You've got many fucking things, machinery. What they've done is take everyone's DNA samples, see who's compatible, because not everyone will be compatible for the machinery, for the implants and shit like that. And they want obedient little motherfuckers that believe every word they fucking say, because they will trick them into doing all manner of weird shit. You know what I mean? I just want to point this out quickly. Nearly all the taxi drivers I've spoken to have been whacked up. They've been whacked up. They've taken the vaccine. Fuck them. I don't care. Good. As many immigrants have that vaccine, the better. You know what I mean? Ultimately, because my job ultimately is to try to return things back to, again, that's the idea. Whether I get to that stage or not, ultimately, I've got to worry about staying alive and fucking dealing with whatever comes my way. You know what I mean? And my best fucking method for that is to ensure that I am super fit and capable of dealing with every fucking motherfucking problem that comes my way. If you ain't fit, you ain't strong, you're not getting your brain working correctly, because the brain is vital to the running of the body. Yeah, you are a machine. The brain is the computer. And your body, your reaction times, your strength, everything comes from the brain. Yeah. And not thought process, but the brain controls every aspect of your body. And well, it becomes instinct, what I would call instinct, when you open up certain areas of your brain. My aim is to try to get, if you want to go through the program again, Warden Hill, that's where I was born, over there. Warden Hill is also Druid land. It was historically known as Druid land. That was what was on the internet a long time ago. Like I said, I've tried to look for it to put it up on there, but I can't get it. Whether they can manipulate my searches, whether they've removed it off there or not, like all the information when I tried to look for stuff on the boat, I couldn't get it. Yeah, either or, that there, Warden Hill, that's my aim. I'm the GOAT. A goat can climb any mountain, any hill. That's the top of the hill, the warden. My aim is to become warden of the asylum, warden of the correctional facility, where I then correct every motherfucker in it who's left. Yeah, but like I said, different stages, different areas, going down. It don't bother me, because it's overpopulated. The world is overpopulated. So the more that are gone, the easier my job is ultimately. The easier my job is. And it ain't my plan. It's the creator of life's plan. I'm just learning the plan. That's what this life is to learn the plan. Learn the fucking plan. Like I said, is it the creator of all life? I don't know. But it's very, very fucking clever and intelligent, whatever it is. And it definitely ain't fucking human. Yeah. I'm even 100% certain that with even opening up my brain to whatever level it is that I can get to, and like I said, well, I haven't just grown my first pube. I've got a little bit of bush. You know what I mean? Little bit of bush. I'm getting like a little fucking bum fluff on my top lip now. You know what I mean? I'm not quite just grown my first pube, but I ain't that far. I'm still an adolescent. You know what I mean? Another one quickly, just while I'm on it. This is going on a little bit now. I'm going to end it because obviously it gets too much and people's attention spans go. Basically, yeah, dance, mental illness, music is probably mental illness. Yeah, but ultimately that's who I am. I never intend of getting rid of those things. Just understand how it works. You know, like I said, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy being a mental patient and enjoy the asylum for all it is, because ultimately My job is to do bad shit and get through the asylum. Might as well enjoy it. Might as well fucking have a laugh while I'm doing bad shit. And that's what a nutter I am. I'd laugh. I'll laugh about everything. I'll laugh. I would not give a fuck. Years, you know, ultimately, when I'm out with all my mates or whatever, we'd smash some cunts fucking, you know what I mean? You'd have a massive row. People would be smashing people up. We'd laugh about it. See the way that fucking cunt's face exploded? Yeah, you smashed him straight over the head with a bottle. And we wouldn't bat an eyelid, wouldn't bear another thought to them after a few hours of laughing about it. Ultimately, who are they? They're nobodies. They're human traffic. They're in our way. They're nutters in the asylum. And that's how I've been my whole life. Me, who I'm with, against the world. Fuck them all. Fuck everyone. And that's how it is. That's the way I've been trained my whole life. I want to be a better person. I want to help everyone because I have seen the light. I have seen the light. But yeah, necessary evil is written everywhere. Necessary evil in your own lives. Necessary evil to train. If I am getting out to anyone, I know I received tough love. Tough love. Love has no heart, I'm afraid. Tough love. Suffering, pain, misery to get me to where I am now. And ultimately, I'm grateful for it. Yeah, grateful for it because I could, well, it's made me who I am, made me the character who I am, what I need to be to do the job that I need to be. And if it gets down to a level where I'm helping other people, means that I can. I had to suffer to be able to help other people. I work for creation, whatever that means. Well, even if it ain't, like I said, when I get there, even if it ain't the creator of all life, I'm still operating for creation. It could well be the creator of all life, but I'm not going to tell people that, what I don't know. Don't tell people what you don't know, and definitely don't tell people that there's eternal life and a place called heaven if you've never been there and you love characters that you've never ever met. I love Jesus, I love Muhammad, I love Allah, I love Jah or Yahweh, Jehovah, or whatever the fuck the fucking stupid fucking little cunt fucking names are. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, Shiva, fucking all the gods, really. It's all fictional bullshit. There is story in there if you want to look at the fucking story all one. You're not any of them. It's not a thing that you are. It's just a story a little bit about the world, how we got to where we are, the puzzles of the asylum, not your life. Nothing really. Although your life may fit around all that bollocks, you know what I mean? Quickly, I know I'm still waffling, I do waffle a lot. Yeah, Lawnmower Man, never watched, but I know it's about virtual reality. The Avatar, see if you can cure his insanity. That was the blue thing to the fucking human. See if you can cure that human's insanity. Yeah. Am I a blue thing powering the Avatar? Maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't got that far down. It's a possibility. Everything's a possibility. It's always keep an open fucking mind about everything is a possibility. Don't deal in absolutes until you know, till it's happened. Quickly, yeah, British intelligence, as wise as serpents, living with the enemy, learning how it all works, and learning how to deal with if you was having to infiltrate a world and be a badass motherfucker in it, you know what I mean? Be as wise as serpents, living with the enemy, understanding your enemy, and if you can help those fucking wackos, you know, it's better for it, you know, rather than just kill them all, because it ain't everyone's fault. Humanity, that's love. Try not to kill everyone if you can, but if not, if they're all too damaged, if they're all too dangerous, they've all got to go. Tough. fuck them. It's creation that matters. That's all that matters. And like I said, even if it isn't the actual creator of all life, it could well be because of the intelligence that's involved. It's definitely not human. Then sweet, whatever. I'll worry about that at a later date. Gladiator, I also said, yeah, you're a slave. You need to fight for your fucking freedom. It's up to you. You either fight for it or you die a coward's death. Go fuck yourselves. Good riddance. I don't want you on here. Can't have mental patients, selfish little fucking blobs, gays, fucking any other wacko on my land getting in my way. I've got a job to do. My job's massive and I can't worry about any one individual unless they're going in my direction. You're going in my direction, like I've already pointed out. I will do everything in my power, but what I won't do is let you hold me down and put me in danger because of your fucking laziness. People who can't move, and hopefully it will get to a stage where I'll be able to set up havens. I will have an army where, you know, but I need people to come into the army. No one comes into the army. It's just, it will just, then that'll be whatever. Let's see what happens. I can't tell anyone what's going to happen. What time's that happening in? I don't know. You know what I mean? Expect the unexpected. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? You're either in, you're out, but don't think you're going to get away with laziness. You turn up to me, like I said, you've got to sing the tune. If I know you're new, if I know you're new, and I need you to do something, you hold me up. Every man for himself. Unless you've made the effort, why would I put my life in danger? Yeah, to fuck around helping a fucking lazy little fucking cunt. I do everything I fucking tell everyone else they should be fucking doing. I live, breathe. This is me, 24 hours a fucking day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks of the fucking year, non-stop. It's what I am. It's what I've been for the last fucking 6-7 years now, however long. It don't fucking matter. Yeah, like I said, I don't deal in absolutes. I know nothing, but, you know, question everything and look at how that fits into context in the world. It's very fucking clear what it all states, you know. And look at the world. Look at how wacko they are. You know what I mean? Christians, yeah, not only ignore what's written in the books, they also ignore the crimes of the church in the past and crimes of the church in the present, where nearly no other organisation on earth has as little staff as the church, yeah, and no other organisation on earth has had as many cases of child abuse brought against it. So that means it's rotten to the core. And the reality and the facts is that the church, the Catholic and Protestant church, paid people for the last 100 years nearly, well, not quite 100, but they've paid people, well, for nearly 100 years now for their silence. And scumbag families took that money as well because they're scum. You know what I mean? Some even accused it and got their own kids sectioned off for accusing those fucking rapists. Yeah, so that can't be argued. That is fact, and that is brought into the public domain. Yet the wackos ignore the truth. Yeah, the truth will set you free. Know thyself. They're Christian sayings that nobody fucking in the Christian faith fucking follows. Talk shit, spout bollocks about getting to fucking heaven. Read the book. It don't tell you that at all. Don't tell you that a fucking all. Yeah, everything is for now. Everything is relevant. Everything is in context for now. And again, even if you've read the book, look at the gunk it is. It's gunk. Ooh, he who loveth and is born of loveth the loveth. Well, yeah, that's really helping me out in life, mate. You've made not a fucking ounce of sense to me. that's gobbledygook. Like I said, it's full of gobbledygook and gunk. Yeah, so just look at it. I'm pretty certain that the intelligence of life, yeah, of the creation as it is, if that was the word of God, which it's not, it's man-made, and it is the destruction of creation. They don't even understand creation. They don't understand themselves. They understand nothing. There's only one cure that I know of, unless you're a religious wacko that has seen the light and you think that you could help me getting through to other religious wackos. I'm more than welcome to welcome you to do that, because I'd like to help them, because they're victims of the curses of God, yeah, confusion and fucking blindness. But ultimately, I don't care whether they call me brother, I love you, ooh, lover for the lover, whack. Get the fuck out of my way with your fucking bullshit, because your book is poison and you are poison, because you think you're free and you think the world is a beautiful place and that everyone else is a sinner, and it's because they haven't said how great God is. You deserve to die because you're a fucking scumbag. Fuck you. Fuck them all. Fuck everyone who ain't going in my direction. I couldn't give a fuck. That's where I'm at. I can only explain the situation for what it is, who I am, what I know, and try to give you as much information as is possible. I'm not asking you to believe in things you can't see. I'm trying to point out everything you can. You know what I mean? I can't fucking do any more than that. Certain things in it's just about your questioning and reasoning. Only if you go undergo the program. You don't listen to me. I get you to where you, well, hopefully I can get again. Until it's done, I've got no students. I've got no fucking no correctional facility to do that to be able to show you that. Obviously I can tell you do this, do that, it will make you feel better, you know what I mean? I'm going to start my yoga program soon, but you know, again, justification. All I do is justify my own actions. I tried to help you, then you didn't listen, you thought you could do that. Now you've got to learn. Now you've got to pay. You did that, not me. I'm justified. I've justified my actions. When someone is no longer of use to me, that'll be when you know what I mean. Or we were at a stage where I've got to make, I've got to do mad shit. You know what I mean? I'll use the people that got themselves into that. You know what I mean? Because they're scum. Fuck them. Scum deserve what they get. Cowards deserve what they get. Cowards will die a coward's death. Yeah, like I said 7 years ago, before I could do anything, within months of me looking at the internet and looking what went on, I'm already planning. Fuck it, I'll take as many hours out as I can. I will go out in a fucking blaze of glory. I will go out like a warrior. You are not coming near me or my fucking boy without me putting a fight up. Whimpering little cowards. Yeah, I didn't even look. I can't come here. Good. Hope your fucking kids die and you witness it, and then you die for your weakness, because you're fucking, that's what you deserve. Cowards. Fuck cowards. Fuck wankers. Fuck wackos. It's got to be like that. It's a big problem. The world's a big problem to sort out. I can't pussyfoot around with it all. Fucking hell, I'll keep waffling and waffling and waffling. I've got to fucking call it a day. That'll do.